everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Oh, right on cue there, Dee. Not my tea, not my tea. Guys, this is the start of a very exciting slash nerve-wracking slash, oh my gosh, I'm so scared about May series. It is the Road to Badminton Grassroots series, sponsored by none other than the amazing Voltaire Design, who I'm incredibly lucky to work for. So if you're new to the channel, or you know, you've managed to miss me bleating on and on about qualifying for Badminton Grassroots, it happened on Jam, not on Dee Dee, who was here at the start of the video. We are going at B90. However, if you know about the Badminton Grassroots series, it's big. It's not a normal 90. I went there with Bear in 2019. I fell off. You can watch the video. It's all fun and games, but it is huge. It's not your average 90. I think their spreads are allowed to be up to 120 wide, and I think the fences are allowed to be up to a metre, but then 1 metre 10 with brush. I believe those are the rules. Don't quote me on it. Anyway, I'm doing a whole series of how I get there. Jam has been off for 3 weeks now, so we're gonna go inside and I'm gonna tell you why she's had time off and how I'm gonna bring her back into work. Okay, so here is Badminton Pony. Know what you guys are thinking? She's not looking like she's ready to go around batters. However, it's currently January and the Grassroots is on the 3rd and the 4th of May, I believe. So we've got 3 full months and half of January left. So it's okay she's looking like this, but the reason she's looking like this is, as I said in the intro, she's had 3 weeks completely off, and then the last weeks I've been bringing her back into work doing in-hand poles, which I'm going to show you guys because I've had lots of questions about how I bring my horses back into work. But firstly, the reason that I love to put all of my horses on a break where I can. Wow, you see the size of that? You're a big girl. It's just that they have a busy season. They do quite a lot of competing and training and obviously filming, and I just think it's really important for the horses to have a bit of time away, completely chilling. They stay in their normal routine, they come in overnight and go out during the day, but it's just nice for them to have a complete, like, a decompressed time. If they've been sore from working hard across the season, they just get a little bit of time to kind of rest and recover, like any athlete would have a bit of a break. So that's why they have a break. Jammy's been completely off. With Dee, for example, because she does suffer from arthritis in her hocks, she has a kind of hacking break, so she gets ridden every other day. She goes for a short hack just to keep her joints moving, but she doesn't go in the arena. She just has a complete sort of chill, mellow time. So that is why I give them a break. Tends to range from 3 to 6 weeks depending on our kind of schedule and also depending on the weather. Jam may well have another week off later on if we get snow. But another important thing to mention is that while they're on a break, although they're not ridden, we are constantly trying to keep their muscles nice and supple, keep them loose, so that when they come back into work, it's not a huge shock. Now, I had a very exciting product arrive a few days ago, which has been really helping with this. So I'm going to throw back to previous Meg and we're going to quickly explain that. Okay, so I am with the lovely Candice right now, and Jammy is falling asleep behind me because you've very kindly given me an Equilibrium magnetic rug. Can you tell me a little bit about what's going on under here right now? Because everyone will know I'm not really much of a scientist.
Sure, so magnetic is generally used kind of for all sorts of horses, so whether they're coming back into work after some time off, whether they're young and just starting work, whether they're completely in work just to aid with recovery. Really the underlying thing of it is circulation, so it's great to kind of support muscle health and recovery, as I just said, but also to aid kind of joint function and mobility as well.
Yeah, so what you guys can't see under here is there's actually magnets which you can attach with Velcro, but essentially from this stitched line we can put them anywhere we like. So I guess you can really target, so for Jam, for example, she gets super tight glutes and really kind of I think the way she's built, and she's got quite an active hind leg, she gets really tense down there. So I've layered mine in this kind of region. But it's nice to know that I can sort of put them anywhere, because obviously we've got a big variety of horses.
Yeah, and the magnets are quite big as well, so they're about 25 centimetres long. So you can target, you know, if you want to target the shoulder, for example, a nice portion there.
Yeah.
And as you say, glutes. They can go in the neck as well. So, and you know, if something new springs up and you want to target a different area, you're not fixed. You can just move them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that works so well for me with all different horses. I know Ari, I'll be putting them along his back. And the other nice thing is that it is so smart. So I could definitely travel in this, but also you say you can wear them overnight?
Yeah, so generally we recommend kind of the longer period of time the better.
Yeah.
They're suitable for overnight, they're not too thick, they can be used as an under rug, or kind of in the warmer months as well. You know, they're not going to overheat.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can use it travelling, before a show, before you ride if they're in for a bit of time. But yeah, overnight just fits in the routine really easily, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, no, I can't believe how kind of soft and easy it was. I always think of magnetic rugs as being so like rigid and stiff and heavy, but this is just, yeah, really nice and comfortable for them. Jam's absolutely loving it. Right, amazing, well thank you for that.
Thank you.
So Equilibrium was extremely generous, giving me that lovely magnetic rug and also some chaps. Now I already had a massage pad, a massage pad. Definitely mean massage pad. Because I've been using Equilibrium products for as long as I can remember because they're fantastic. So we've kind of got the full package to keep the horses super comfortable and supple, which is really lovely. So Jam's going to be having that magnetic rug on tonight to go to bed. Good girl. Sorry, I should get the mud around her eyes. Yeah, very excited to see the results. Right, I'm going to finish brushing Jam and then I'm going to go down to the arena, set up our walk poles and talk you guys through how exactly she's coming back into work and the kind of process I go through to make sure that I'm building her as strong as I possibly can, and we're trying to prevent any injuries because obviously that is one of the most important things when you're building up to a big event. Okay, so down in the arena, I'm just going to set up the walk poles before I bring Jam down here. So I've been using my lovely Polyjump Cavalettis recently because they make them nice and raised, and if they give them a little tap, they don't fall down too easily, which is very useful. So you can have them different heights, but because Jam has done a week of this now, she is on the highest, actually no, this is the second highest setting they go on. And it's about that distance for a walk to stride. So it's kind of like one of your normal steps. I'll show you guys how many feet it is. 1, 2, 3 feet. Voila! Okay, so because the Cavalettis are quite raised, I've done 2 and then a little gap and then another 2, just because for her to do all 4 in a row, it'd be quite hard work and she'd probably get her feet in a bit of a tangle. But I'm gonna set up some lower ones over here and we'll do more than 2 in a row. I got my mini blocks. Okay, so there I've got 6 poles raised with the Polyjump mini blocks. I've done it alternate sides just to give Jam a little bit more to think about. It's quite good if they can engage one side a little bit more and then the other. I've not been too precious about the striding in between these because realistically we're doing them at walk, and if Jam has to use her brain a little bit more and engage her core a bit more and sort of, you know, adjust herself, it's actually going to work in my favour. So let's go in and get her. Okay, so here is where my coming back into work routine may differ from some people's, but this is such a good way of developing your horse's core strength and also just gradually bring them into work. So as I said, Jam had 3 weeks completely off. She wasn't touched, didn't do anything. But the last week, she has been coming down to the arena every other day and doing some raised walk poles. Now, contrary to popular belief, walk poles are actually where the horses use their muscles the most. Out of walk, trot and canter, walk is actually the gait where they engage the most, which is perfect because it means you can do it in hand. I'm super lazy, I literally just do it in a head collar and a rope, but you can long rein the horses over it if you're comfortable doing that, and that way you can get them to sort of, you know, go down on the bit a little bit more. But I kind of quite like doing it this way because they have completely free kind of range of motion with their head and necks, and you'll see they do start to go down and look for the poles, which is just the best way of getting them to work all over their back and also engage their stomach. So you'll see as I start leading Jam over them, they really have to work those core muscles to lift their hind legs up. It does take a little while to get used to. Jam used to fall over absolutely every single pole I did with her, but she's gotten a lot better at it. She will still clonk some, but it makes it so much easier. Being on the ground, I can literally just whiz around, pop it up, and then we go again. Don't have to do loads either. I do between 15 and 20 minutes with them in the arena, so it's really quick but very, very effective. And once I've done this week, I will start hacking Jam out for a few weeks, but she will keep coming back into the arena probably twice a week then and doing these raised pole sessions. Honestly, they are so good for your horse. I know it sounds really boring, but you can't beat them. I would seriously recommend, whether your horse is coming in from a break or if you've got a fit horse that's out competing or just a happy hacker, they are so good. It will really help your horse in the long run. Right, Jam, that being said, let's get to work. Right, we're going for the big boys. Oh God, I've got the high end. Come on. Oh wow, look at that knee action. Good girl. So you can see over these poles, because these are pretty high for walk poles. I probably wouldn't go much higher than this. Jam is really lifting very high. Come on, let's keep going. So it kind of mimics, I mean, you obviously don't get the resistance, but in terms of her body moving, good girl, bear with. In terms of how she's moving her body, it's similar to kind of a water treadmill, which is an amazing way of getting your horse fit and muscled up. But obviously, you're looking at about 15 grand to put a water treadmill in. So this is quite a good way of mimicking that. Just means lots of walking for you guys. Okay, so just before we go in, Equilibrium Products did leave me a last little treat, and that is some jumping boots. So this time of year is the time where you're thinking about your kit for the season ahead, and you guys know I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with boots. So many of them I found with my ponies, they don't fit, they slip, they hold too much water, they're heavy, they've rubbed them, and a lot of the times you'll notice that I have ended up going cross country, especially on Dee, who very rarely touches a fence. She'll often go with just overreach boots. Jam, however, does always have some at least brushing boots on the front because she loves to brush through a bit of brush cross country, believe it or not. So I'm going to be testing out the lovely Equilibrium boots. So you've got two options to choose from. They have got the All Sports, which are these ones here. First impressions is that they are super duper light, and also what I love about them is you can literally like just screw them up. They are so flexible and easy. You can see there they've got this cool kind of meshy material, which means that water doesn't just sit in them. So if you have an early water combination out on course, you're not going to be carrying that around for the rest of the course. So these are the All Sports, which I'm a big fan of. And then we've also got the Impact Sports, which are very similar. So the blue ones, Impact Sports, but they have got a little bit more of added protection. So they've got the strike guard there. What have you seen? And then you can see a bit of kind of pleather padding. But again, we have got a lot of movement. So I thought it would be good to put these to the test over the poles, because that's one thing I found, especially with Dee, is she hates how restrictive boots can be. So I'm going to pop these on Jam and we're going to lead her back over the walk poles again. Sorry Jam, then you are done. And we're going to see A, if they slip or move, and B, if Jam has still got that amazing range of motions. So I'm going to go for the Impact Sports. I'm going to put the most protective ones on. Yeah, and then we'll see how much range of movement she's got. But they are super flexible. I think they're going to be good. To the tip. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid. Right, I'm going for the true test and trying the back Impact Sport boots as well. Now, back boots, ooh, oopsie, kind of freak me out a bit. Good girl. Hence why I don't normally wear them, because I just think it's going to restrict so much movement. But we're going to put them to the test. The question is Jam going to walk like a duck now? Let's see. Walk on. For reference, this is Jam's first ever time having anything on her back leg. She's not even had travel boots on. So this is very normal. I mean, you can clearly see she can move her back legs, I guess. I'll just do a circle before we do the poles. Okay, so that is the end of Jammy's raised pole work session for today. As I said, guys, it isn't the most enthralling thing to watch, but honestly, I cannot recommend it enough. It is so good for them. You'll see such a massive difference in just a few weeks of doing it with your horse. Like I said, don't have to do very long. You can do it every other day. 10, 20 minutes even will make a difference. It's like doing sit-ups for a person. Maybe we could do like a squat challenge, but instead of squats, it's raised walk poles. Dora, please don't put your head through the fence like that. Also, a massive thank you to Equilibrium Products for being involved in this video. The magnetic rug and chaps are honestly such a godsend. I'm so happy with them and cannot wait to get using them more. I've been using the magnetic rug every night. It's been going under different horses, and then they have a stable rug over the top, so I'm really excited to see the results from that. But I know magnets do have a massive effect on stimulating blood flow, so they are really useful. And of course, thank you very much for leaving the boots. Overall, I'm super impressed. Like, Jam still had complete range of movement. I absolutely love the front boots. The back boots I'm yet to be completely sold on, just because I've got a bit of a thing about back boots because I've not really competed in them much at all in my life. So I'm going to do a little bit more testing and trialing with them and probably have a jump in the arena. But they certainly didn't hold Jam back, and they are really lightweight. They get a nice bit of airflow through, so they're not going to heat your horse's legs up, which is another thing that panics me with some of those kind of big bulky plastic boots. So yeah, all in all, I'm really chuffed with them. So certainly give them a check out. Jam wears a size medium in the Impact Sports for reference. So yeah, have a look if you're in the market for some new boots. Anyway, the plan with Jam from now is to do 2 weeks walking out on the roads and also coming in here and doing some more raised pole work. She'll then start trotting, and then after that it is go, go, go with the training. We'll be back in the school and get back to jumping in just over a month's time probably, so it's all very exciting. Do look out for my Road to Badminton series. I'm going to try and start a playlist on YouTube so you can find all of them, but I want you guys to be as involved with this journey as possible. So comment down below any videos you'd like to see. I had a huge number of requests for seeing my bringing Jam back into work video, so hence why I've done today, but hopefully you've enjoyed it, and Jam should be looking a little bit smarter in a few videos to come at least. She'll look more like Badminton Pony rather than Bog Pony. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you very, very soon. Live, laugh, love you guys. Bye.
You were my best friend. Didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with